This video is about hype and how high can it go. The only reason really why we buy tokens for 99% of us is for it to go up in price. Same with real estate stocks, etc. Now, when something goes down, we're generally overexposed and we're pretty damn devastated. It's far easier to long something than it is to short something as well. It's just a lot more euphoric when prices go up. It's just easier. And hype has been outperforming basically everything in the larger market cap sense. So let's have a look and I'll share this research with you. Watch to the end. Do not be underexposed to this data. Then you can do what you like. Nothing's financial advice. Do as you wish. Topos mentioned this. He told people to buy 1,000 hype and stake it. Hype was $20. Naturally didn't do as much as he should. It's now up to $42. And it's up 65% in 30 days. So it's doing incredibly well. It did have a low point in April, which we'll go over next. From this low point, and I can show you back here, but it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because this was early times. It launched as a massive airdrop, which we've covered in another Hyperliquid video. You can check that out as well. It went up to $35, like just with peak candles, and it came on down to $8 and crazy FUD, and then it's just been outperforming. A lot of this probably has been outperforming due to James Wynn having this $1 billion position on, which is now no longer there, but like that put a lot of attention on the timeline. It's also been outperforming BTC, which has been hard to do for the last little while. If you've been watching my other videos, we cover how Ben Cohen keeps on talking about Bitcoin dominance, and we'll go over the next in a second. It's been outperforming when so few things have. Sui was doing very, very well. You can see September or even August last year, it was outperforming BTC, and then from early 2025, it's been down, up a little bit, and then down. It's been a downtrend. So has Ethereum. The unfortunate thing with Ethereum is it's been down since 2022, and it's going to start to outperform, but it's been down for that long, 3 years. Sol was the fastest horse on the racetrack for quite some time. Basically, we absolutely got destroyed here after this crazy run up in the previous cycle, and we came on down, and then from end of 2023 we started to do really well, and we were holding our own until recently when the max extraction was kind of revealed. And we'll have our day again, but we have to go with what's kind of going on right now. Now this chart is total 3, which means it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins are taken away from the total market cap of all the alts, all the things that people would deem poop coins. And this has been losing ground for quite some time, like properly losing ground. So this is what Ben Cohen says when he says like altcoins are going to lose value versus BTC. However, there are going to be ones that are performing. Currently, it's not ETH. Well, ETH is starting to. It's not Sui, it's not Solana. BTC is better. But Hype, on the other hand, it's up 190% or whatever it was. It's absolutely doing so well. Now, one reason why it's doing so well is because of their fee generation. Have a look at this. Like, this is 24 hours, 1.8 million in fees. The majority of that, 90%, goes to buy back the token into the assistance fund. Some goes into the HLP vault, and in 30 days, massive amount of volume, $54 million in fees. 7 days, 12 million. It's pretty incredible. And on top of that, the tokenomics were brilliant tokenomics. They ended up doing a massive Genesis distribution of 31% just to the community that used it. And then the core contributors, they haven't got anything. It's all locked. There's some unlocked for other things which probably haven't been allocated. We can see here that unlock actually starts, and it goes for three years. It starts in 171 days, and then it's 0.09% daily for each day. So there's people that believe that the cycle top for this cycle for crypto will be August to October. I believe it'll be early next year, but I will reflect that in future videos. I think most people agree, though, quarter four this year, probably the most likely thing. And I'm just hoping we can go a little bit further. In which case, this unlock doesn't happen until 170 days. So we probably have some crazy euphoria until then. And then even still, the amount that's getting unlocked every day is 216,000 tokens, which is kind of a decent amount every single day, to be perfectly honest. But we've got time. The Hype Genesis launch meant that such an insane amount was given to the Genesis distribution, the people that use the platform. And this was like massive. We're in a sea of high FDV, low float tokens, and they come along with this. It's incredible. Now let's actually have a look at the TA of why we think this can go so much higher. And just a reminder, nothing's financial advice. We have done our research. We're pretty keen on this. We're backing it. We're trading this, but nothing's financial advice. So if we take the swing top to the swing low, you can see how it's been respecting the fibs pretty damn decently. And if we kind of zoom out and zoom out, this could give us some kind of far higher targets. One being $51, another being $76, $100, and maybe around 118. This, I wasn't like terribly accurate. It's around 118 to 120. I just, I'm on the daily candle here and we could be a little bit more accurate. Now, the reason why we think this is going to be the case is because if we go from the bottom to the top, the bottom to the swing top early on, we can see how well it's been respecting the fib. Bounce off the 0.5 fib, bounce off the 0.382. This acted as resistance. Bounced here, then broke down, and then came up, bounced, then touched 0.786, and then it's been climbing up. So it has been really responding to the fibs. And typically when you see, from like our understanding and our opinion, when you see things really actually going with the fib, like respect the fib, it gives it that kind of upside, okay? Now, have a look at this. So this is Bitcoin from 2018, from the swing high to the swing low. And this just shows you how these fibs can be touched. This was obviously a multi-year thing, but this is a much larger market cap token. Let's go for something that's a smaller token. Let's have a look at this. This is Sol. Now this crazy stuff, this is all like FTX just driven, just like pump the guts, pump it like crazy. So ignore this for a moment, if you don't mind. But we can have a look from this early peak down to the swing low, and then how it blew through the fib levels. And then remember, this is not going to happen with all tokens. It's going to happen with the fastest ones, the fastest horses on the racetrack, the ones that are getting the attention, the ones that more and more people are using, the ones that are just dominating crypto Twitter, which is right now it's hype. So Sol was at the last cycle, and Sol's still going to do fine this cycle, but you may want to allocate funds to this. Bam. We've got this one. We have a bit of a rejection, which is cool. And then here, bam, bam, rejection. And we went up even higher, which gives you that kind of rough $120 price target. Now, how high could it go when we compare this? This is marketcapof.com. And I don't really like to use this, but sometimes it really shows things. Keep in mind, we're comparing it to BNB, but we can compare it to whatever we want. There have been people that compared it to Sol. We'll compare it to Sol next. BNB has CZ Binance, right? And they own most of the supply and they can pump it up however they like. So like to achieve the BNB all-time high price, gonna be kind of hard, but possible eventually as well. But we're really focused on this cycle. I'm thinking like $120 would be nice. And that's still like a 3x. $120, pretty damn good. And it could go higher. If it does go to the current market cap of BNB, if we do have this crazy euphoria, which has been predicted by Roll Paul and others, then it could go to like $292. Some people say that it could go and be what Sol is. Market cap of Sol, 259. That's a 6x. So it's undervalued there. Or it could go to 381. Now that's very euphoric, and I would be taking profits before that. But still, just coming back to this, these levels really do indicate that when everything's kind of going down versus Bitcoin at present, and this is just going higher highs, it looks good. $51 for a target, then 76, 102. And then at this point, the resistance and the euphoria could definitely take it here and then higher. So that's basically the viewpoint there. We say this because the M2 supply, which is what we're always kind of talking about, correlated to Bitcoin, looks really good. And this is strong. And so the strongest, fastest horses should follow this. Remember, it was Sol. Sol was so correlated, and Sol's going to come off. We're going to come back. I'm still in love with my Sol. Stake your soul with LD.com, of course. But right now, we have to go where the attention is. The attention is on hype. And ideally, this was made a week ago. But it's not. You're still not late, in my opinion. In our opinion with the team. We have done like a huge amount of research into this. And so we've got M2 coming up. We're basically looking at a little bit of a dip around 15th of June, and then all-time highs in terms of M2, like 18th of June, then a little bit of a local bottom in July, and then much higher. So from now until the end of the year, if you did what Topo did, and if you tried to get, 100 hype right now, you can try and wait for some pullbacks, or you can do a little bit of a dollar cost average, a little bit every day, just allocate $100 every day, try and accumulate as much as you can, or you can just go in one clip and just buy it. Either way, I think it's going to do fine. I think it's going to do more than fine. I think it's going to outperform in the short term. And if things change, if Bullet, which is Zeta Markets rebranding, if they start to get attention, we'll cover that and we'll adjust our take profits. And we'll take profits along the way. If Sol starts to become the fastest horse again, we'll go back to that. And of course, it's going to be harder though for Sol because it's a larger market cap. And also, when Fogo Chain comes out with a token and they start to dominate, we're going to be like pretty heavily invested in that, I would say. So right now, that is the core thesis. Hype is outperforming the game. Get amongst it. Do what you want to do. Thanks for watching. Catch you next video.